Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We are live from Golden Peak, the home of the Burton U.S. Open, and we want to thank one of our sponsors, Vail Summit Orthopaedics. And joining me now is Erik Dorf. He is an orthopedic surgeon. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. So you're a longtime local. Now you're an orthopedic surgeon. You say your kids are ski racers, but have you been to the Burton U.S. Open before?
I have been to the Open a couple of times. Have a blast out here. It's always fun to see the laid-back atmosphere that the snowboarders have. My kids are alpine ski racers, and it's a really uptight scene, so it's fun. Everyone walking around here in their comfortable shoes and enjoying the snow and the hill, and of course the incredible athletes that we have here to watch.
Right, and incredible athletes in big air. I can't imagine that you guys aren't very busy on weekends where there's a lot of people on the half pipe or a lot of people, practicing big air.
Sure. I mean, one of the things we get concerned about is that the kids around here are all inspired by some of the incredible athletes here that we have, and one of the things we see is kids here trying to emulate the superstars, and so there's a great progression that the kids can go through to help them achieve the goals that they're looking for and get up for the big jumps. And it's a progression where it starts with slower jumps. It starts with some time on the trampoline, at times time over at Woodward. So we love it when athletes are out there and going big, but we want to make sure that they get there in an appropriate and safe way.
Okay, I really like that, Erik. Thank you for telling all of the kids out there that are going to be like, I'm going big now. I'm doing a 580, 1140, whatever it's going to be. You know what I mean? Because you have to start off slow. Now, with Vail Summit Orthopaedics, geez, I've been to you guys. Mark Sassy's been to you guys. I think anybody that's been a local around here for a long time has been to visit you. So let's talk about preventative care. If somebody is out there skiing or riding today, it's a little, not as much powder. So what kind of injuries do you see on these kind of conditions versus powdery conditions, and how can we avoid them?
Yeah, so that's a great question. It's really interesting to see the types of injuries that we see with variable terrain and variable snow conditions. One of the things we see when the snow is harder like this, we see a lot of upper extremity injuries. So people fall, they land on their shoulder, they land on their elbow, they land on their wrist, and they end up with fractures in their upper extremities. We see a lot less knees and hips and femurs on days when the snow is hard like this. Now when the snow starts to get soft, maybe towards the afternoon, the snow will get a little bit more catchy, and we end up with twisting injuries, femurs, tibias, and ankle injuries. So yeah, the snow condition definitely changes things, and being fit and being smart and understanding the conditions that you're skiing in are probably the most important things that you can do to try to prevent some of those injuries.
So you're a surgeon. What made you decide that that's where you wanted to go with your life?
Very interesting story. My very first patient was an 80-year-old woman that I took care of down in Denver when I was a medical student, and she had fallen on the cross-country ski hill here in Vail. It was out Nordic skiing. She's 80 years old, fallen, broken her hip, and it was like November, and we were seeing her back in the clinic at Denver Health in Denver, and we were giving her clearance to go back on the snow, and I thought that's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah. Inspiring, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That everybody can. They say there's not very many injuries when you're cross-country, when you're Nordic skiing, but every once in a while, I mean, accidents are accidents, and they do happen.
Absolutely, and at 80 years old, if you're out there Nordic skiing and you have an accident, and then we're able to get you back out Nordic skiing 1 year later, that's a fantastic profession.
Okay, so it's got to make it's a feel good as well.
Absolutely,
and you must have a good bedside manner, because people are coming in and they're torn up and they're pretty bummed out.
Yeah, I always like to tell people, and I'm not responsible for getting you here, but I'm responsible for getting you out of here. So yeah, we're happy to see all these folks who are beating themselves up here, and unfortunately it does happen, but we're here to help, and we're very proud of what we do.
Okay, all right, Erik Dorf, he's with Vail Summit Orthopaedics. Hopefully you won't be seeing them, but if you are, you're in good hands, good bedside manner as well. You will get back on the slopes. You're watching Good Morning Vail. We are live from the Burton U.S. Open. More to come.